presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 4 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you this morning?
Wonderful. It's good to have you. You can pull that microphone up a little.
Okay, thank you.
Do it that way. It's been a while since you've been in the studio with us, man.
Yeah, it's been a couple years actually.
Yeah.
I think COVID I was on quite a bit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well,
Glad
it's
to
good.
be here.
Good to have you back with us today. Changes, IRMC. You're always looking for ways to evolve,
Right.
ways to get better, ways to offer more care.
Right.
You're doing that again at IRMC with a new location for primary care and just shifting some things around.
Yeah, right. We have some very exciting things happening at IRMC. We recently obtained the old VA site by TJ Maxx, and we're going to open up a new primary care center there. It's going to be about 16 rooms. There'll be about 4 providers there. And it's a really unique opportunity, I think, to extend our footprint inside the community and offer that continuum of care, which is primary care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the great things about it is location, location, location. It's a great location.
It is a great location, and we think we're going to be very impactful and meaningful to the community in that location, for sure.
Yeah. Now, primary care, you've had the walk-in clinic at the main campus building.
Correct.
For a while now.
For a while, yep. And, some exciting things happening there. We're actually going to extend that primary care walk-in into a full urgent care. So we're actually going to have 3 offerings of urgent care in the county now. We'll have the Oakland Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have the on-campus, which we had several years ago, and the ICR, at Chestnut Ridge, that urgent care as well. And, with the new center located at the old VA spot, it's going to be really loaded up. We'll have social workers there, primary care specialists, nurses, and I think it's really going to be able to offer the community that resource. And we're going to continue. We've identified that as a community need, more primary care providers, and we're running after it this year and in years to come. We've recruited quite a few family physicians that are going to be onboarding us not only this year but in years to come. So I think there's going to be some new faces out there in the community for people to go and seek care.
Now, explain why primary care is so important and why it was identified as such a need here in Indiana County.
Yeah, so primary care, if you really think about it in regards to medicine in total, it's really the foundation that medicine is set upon. It acts. It is its own specialty in its own right, because it sees a continuum of both acute and chronic illness, and really acts as the quarterback for you. Your primary care physician, your primary care provider is really your quarterback. They may seek consultation from other specialists, but they're the ones that are going to navigate you through acute illness, chronic illness, and also preventive medicine is a very, very big fundamental need that we all have. So they really do quite a bit.
They've got a big playbook.
They really do, and primary care can see ages. Family physicians can see ages 0 through 98.
Yeah.
Or internal medicine specialists are more adult driven, usually about 16 and above. So they really offer a very unique need that we have for the community.
And they can sort of chart the course for somebody's life, really, the overall health picture for them from beginning to toward the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think probably of all the physicians and providers that you will develop a relationship, your relationship with your primary care doctor will probably be the closest. Yeah.
So that being the case, the primary care physicians who will be working there and the PAs and the other staff,
absolutely.
They're really going to get to know the patients.
And that's exactly what we're looking for. We want to know our patients, and we want our patients to know us. Yep.
The ability that a primary care physician has to not only track but treat people through the course of their lifetime at whatever stage they happen to be, and then to direct them to the next level care is really a key part of that whole handoff procedure.
Correct. And all our physicians are very collegial with each other. Your primary care physician might take care of you up to a certain point and say, hey, you know what, now you need to go see a cardiologist, or you need to see a general surgeon or a vascular surgeon, or one of our other specials that we have, neurology. But that being said, you might be sent off to see a specialist, but your primary care physician may have to actually manage and act on those recommendations from those specialists to be that continuum of care.
Yeah, it's interesting. We have so many physicians who come in and visit us here in Indiana in the morning, most of them from specialties, some surgeons, of course, and heart doctors, urologists, you name it, up and down the whole spectrum. That primary care physician who acts in union with whoever that other physician might be, that specialist.
Correct.
That relationship aspect between the two of them is very important as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely key. And, I've been to several other health systems, in training and throughout my career. I think IRMC offers a very good collegial relationship between the primary care physicians and the specialists, and vice versa. There's an open line of communication. We all use the same electronic medical record, so we have easy access to any record. If you're seen by an IRMC provider, I can pick up the chart and look and say, oh, you were seen by Dr. Y. I see exactly what he was thinking or she was thinking. So it to have that platform of communication also is quite incredible.
A few years ago, I had a healthcare crisis, and they said, who's your primary care physician? And I said, what's a primary care physician?
Right.
I'm an example. Who should see a primary care physician?
I really think that everyone should see a primary care physician. And the analogy I use is I'm an emergency physician by training, and by the time I make a diagnosis on somebody, it could be too late. And the primary care physician, even if we take our cars in to get a state inspection once a year, we do. And we pay, I think that we pay sometimes closer attention to the maintenance of our vehicles than we actually do the maintenance of ourselves. And I think getting in with a primary care physician at any age and having a general physical exam, sitting down, talking with that provider about maybe something you've noticed that really isn't that bad. It could end up being an indicator of something worse to come that could be managed early and crisis averted. So I'd recommend anyone that doesn't have a primary care physician or hasn't seen a primary care physician to make an appointment. They can call our IRMC scheduling line. We can get you plugged in with somebody, and it really might pay dividends.
Yeah, primary care physician is a detective too. We've been using the metaphor of sports so far, but it's a detective. He has to detect something that we might consider to be little or not pay any attention to. Primary care physician can say, "Oh, hey, this is something you really need to get checked out."
Yeah, absolutely. And there's even sometimes you'll see your primary care physician. You might go in with one concern, and they may actually pick up another concern that was actually more important than the concern that you actually brought to them, just through observation and examination.
So once we are established with the primary care physician, and we're talking, by the way, boys and girls, with Dr. Patrick Shannon from IRMC about the new primary care location, which is going to be at the Regency Mall in the old VA Center. Once we do establish that relationship with a primary care physician, we might have the impression that, now I'm going to have to go to the doctor every month. It's not that way, is it?
No, it's really not. It's not necessarily that way. Our primary care specialist will essentially kind of triage you to the frequency that you actually need to be seen. It might be once a year. For somebody that's young and healthy, has no medical problems, it might be once a year, just a quick in and checkup.
Yeah.
For other individuals that may have something a little more concerning or a little more chronic, that frequency might be up to once every 3 months, maybe once a month. Whatever they really feel they need to do to manage your situation, they'll step up to the plate and make sure that gets done.
Some young buck in his early 20s has been playing sports all his life and is feeling great about it, and everything's cool.
Right.
Not necessarily going to need a primary care physician today, but probably at some point they're going to have to think about those things.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. As we know that as we age, we're going to run into certain things that need to be managed, and I think in your 20s is a really good time to get established. In those early 20s even, there's a lot of family history of hypertension, high blood pressure, heart disease, and now the medical literature is pointing towards an earlier intervention in those, in early detection.
Dr. Patrick Shannon, our guest here this morning on Indiana in the Morning. So, new primary care location, Regency Mall, open yet or opening soon?
We're shooting for this summer.
Okay.
I think likely July, August. Fingers crossed. All the construction, everything goes well, and I'm really excited about it.
Meanwhile, we can make the appointment now and begin seeing primary care because the physicians are here.
Right.
It's just they're not located specifically there yet.
Correct. Yeah, we do have several locations scattered throughout Indiana and Indiana County.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's talk about the other things that you've told us today. Urgent Care now going to be in 3 locations.
Yeah, so we have the location on Oakland Avenue, and at the main campus now, the primary care walk-in clinic, we've converted that over to a full urgent care. There'll be on-site x-ray, on-site labs. There are providers there to take care of those minor injuries, minor illnesses. And, of course, at Chestnut Ridge, which is, I think that's been since 2009. It's kind of been a staple of the community down in southern Indiana County.
Yeah.
That's still going strong. We do occupational medicine there. We'll be doing occupational medicine also in Indiana. And we actually opened up a 4th urgent care actually over in Ligonier, a little outside of Indiana County, but we do have one there as well.
Yeah, yeah. So like we said before, expanding the healthcare options is always a good thing, but making it into such an area, for instance, the VA site, you've got parking galore.
Yeah.
There you've got no problems there, and convenience, and the bus routes run there too.
Bus routes right there. It's very, very easy access, very easy, and very identifiable.
Yeah. Pretty exciting news, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Terrific stuff. Hey, thanks so much for coming in and visiting with us, telling
you're
us all
welcome.
about this exciting news.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
It is a pleasure to have you here in the studio with us for once. We've heard that you're in the neighborhood somewhere, but we just never see him. We never see the guy.
Yeah.
But it's good to have him here with us today. Thanks again.
Okay.
It's the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Good morning to you. We're 2 minutes away from the top of the hour. Fox News coming your way then, and then we follow that with news from our WCCS newsroom with Josh Whittison. And it is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS.
Need a snack that's high in protein and low on effort? Reach for